Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Before I get right into today's video, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to my channel, and you will see a lot of videos in this format of me, sharing what God has put in my heart with you all, or even sharing tips and tricks to college, financials, and stuff like that. So stick around. So let's get right into the video now. Okay, so there's this preacher. Her name is Priscilla Shirer. You might know her from War Room, which was such a great movie, by the way. If you haven't watched that, you should consider doing so because it is such a great watch. But she basically said in one of her teaching that we are not in a playground, on a playground. We are in a battlefield. And if you really think about it, that's such a drastic difference between those two. Because a playground is, where kids play. You go to a playground to have a fun time. Generally you're not on your guard, you just there to have a great time, to have a fun time. You are playing with each other. You have companions, you're playing with them, not against them. You're giggling, you're laughing, you have your guard down, you just relaxed. However, on a battlefield, you know that the enemy is there, and you know that if you let your guard down, you might be attacked. You might get attacked, and once you get attacked, you might die, and your team will lose, or whatever. A lot of different things might happen because it's a life or death situation. And so I was thinking about that the other day. It's like what's going on here. We are on Earth. We are in a battlefield, and we are basically fighting, literally fighting the enemy. We got the enemy on one side, and we've got you are on the other side, and you got God on your side. You and other people all fighting against the enemy and his companions. And that's why it's so important to understand that people are not your enemy. The real enemy is Satan. He's on the other side. He's the enemy. He's the one you should be fighting against. Not your husband, not your friend, not your aunt. He wants you to think that, but he is the actual enemy. So he's on the other side. And of course, God is on our side. And you're fighting against the enemy. You're fighting, and once you've got a companion that's down, what do? You go ahead and help them up, so that you continue together. If they're out of ammunition, you just provide some for them. You look out for each other against the actual enemy. You're not gonna go against your companion and fight them. You are gonna go against the actual enemy and fight that enemy. And that's how I see it. That's how I envision it. Because when you are in a battlefield, you don't go against your own companion. You go against the enemy. And the goal here is to win the battle. You're fighting as to win the battle. And that's why, it is so important to fight with all your might so that you win that the crown of life. It is important to not, just wither or just be like, oh, I'll repent tomorrow. You don't know if you have tomorrow. That's why it's important to fight with everything that we have so as to win the battle. Okay, so it says, everyone who competes in the games trains with strict discipline. They do it for a crown that is perishable, but we do it for a crown that is imperishable. And when I think of someone that's running in a race, I think of it like this. When you're running in a race, you don't look back. You ignore the distractions, whether it be people on the sidelines cheering on other people in the race. You just ignore all of that, and you just focus on the race itself. You're thinking about that goal that you have. You're thinking about the final destination. You're not thinking, oh, I'm just gonna rest here. No, the only thing that's in mind is to win the race. And that's how I really think about it in life. And as Apostle Paul said, you know, we should run as to win the race. And we do it for a crown that is imperishable. And I want this to be an encouragement for you today, so that you know, so that you don't wither. No, have faith and run as to win the race. And we can't do anything without God. And that's why I pray today that Jesus help us to continue to win, to run, to continue to fight, to have faith and courage in this life. That's it for today's video. I really hope that it encourages you, and that, you know, God uses my mouth to bring encouragement to you today. And don't hesitate to comment down below with any video suggestions and anything that you would like to see. Don't hesitate to comment it down below. And as I said before, I will be bringing a lot of variety in this channel, about college and financials and, you know, dating. And that's actually going to be a little spoiler alert. That's going to be my I'm going to start a new series on dating, boundaries in dating, and there's this current book that I'm reading right now. I will also be pulling some stuff from there and talk about it as well. And thank you again for joining me in this video, and I hope it was helpful. See you next time.